This is the continuation of the fourth perek of Masechet Rosh Hashana. We begin with Mishnah Daled. Berishona hayu makablim edus hachodesh kol hayom. So the Mishnah tells us that at the beginning they would accept. We're going to use this screen. They would accept witnesses to testify to the new month for the entire day of Rosh Chodesh or Rosh Hashana, because we're talking here about Rosh Hashana, which is also Rosh Chodesh. And the way the months worked was that the calendar wasn't set, but rather the Beitim would accept witnesses who would testify that they saw the new moon, the new crescent of the new moon, and if they accepted this testimony, so that would become the first day of the month. And Beitin was closed at night. So uniquely on Rosh Hashana, so if you imagine the first night of Rosh Hashana, every month could be either 29 or 30 days. So on the night following the 29th day of Elul, that night was the night of Rosh Hashana, but witnesses obviously hadn't come yet. So they would treat it as if it was Yom Tov because of the possibility that it would actually become Rosh Hashana. And that would happen at night, and that would happen in the morning. And then sometime during the day, we'd expect witnesses to come, and Beit Din would accept them as witnesses, and then establish that today was and continues to be Rosh Hashana. If no witnesses would come for the entire day, so then the following day would be the actual day, and the previous day, or the first day, was treated as Rosh Hashana only because at the time we didn't know whether witnesses would come or not. So they used to accept witnesses the entire first day. Pam achat nishto edim milavo v'niskalkalu halaviyim b'shir. 1 year, so the witnesses came late, and Leviyim who sing Shira, and there's a special Shira, a special song which is sung with the Korbanos for Rosh Hashanah. So they didn't want to do it because they kept waiting for the Eidim to come, and then they didn't come and they didn't sing any Shira. The morning was, they would sing the Shira of the weekday because witnesses hadn't come yet, but in the afternoon, usually the witnesses had come and they would at least sing the Shira for Yom Tov, for the Mincha, for the Tamid Shel Ben Harbayim. But this year, since they were kept waiting and the witnesses never came, so they didn't sing any Shira. His kinish shelo yu makablim ela ala mincha. So they made a takana that they would only accept witnesses until mincha. And once it was mincha time, they would bring the korban and do the weekday Shira, and then if Eidim would come, we'd say, sorry, come tomorrow. Or tomorrow's Rosh Hashana. V'imbo Eidim in a mincha lamala, and if witnesses would come, Noagim oso ayom kodesh, they would continue to treat that day as kodesh, ula machar kodesh, and the following day would also be kodesh. The second day would be the actual day. The first day was only because of the possibility that witnesses might come. The novelty here is that after Mincha passed, when we know that no witnesses can come anymore, the end of the first day should be treated as a weekday, because we know that it's not Yom Tov. But they were concerned that if people would start switching from Yom Tov to not Yom Tov back to Yom Tov, then the following year they might do the same, even though it was the actual day of Rosh Hashana. Mishachar Beis Hamikdash Hiskin Rabbi Yochanan Zakkai. So after the destruction of the Beit HaMikdash, Rabbi Yochanan Zakkai made a decree that they would accept testimony for the entire day, and that was because there was no more concern with the Shira. Amar Rishur ben Korcha v'odzo hiskin Rabbi Yochanan Zakkai. Rishur ben Korcha adds that Rabbi Yochanan Zakkai made an additional decree: Shafilu rosh beitin b'chol makom shelo yu eidim holchem ela l'makom avad. That really the person who's most responsible who's most critical for establishing the day as Rosh Chodesh was the Rosh Beitim, but he established that the Eidim wouldn't need to find the Rosh Beitim, but it would rather just go to the place of the Beitim, and they would handle the Kiddush HaChodesh, because otherwise the witnesses could be traveling all over the place looking for this Rosh Beitim. Okay, we'll continue with Mishnah Hay. which deals with the brachos of the Musaf of Rosh Hashana. And we know that basically every Shemona Esrei starts off with the same three brachos. We call them Avos, Elkei Avraham, Elkei Yitzchak, Elkei Yaakov, concluding with Magen Avraham. The second bracha of every Shemona Esrei is Gevura Atagibor, concluding with Mechayeh Mesim, Baruch Hashem Mechayeh Mesim, and then the third bracha is Kedushas Hashem, the sanctification of God's name, Atah Kadosh, concluding with Hakel HaKadosh. For Rosh Hashana would be Hamelach HaKadosh. Every Shemona Esrei at the end has three brachos of Avoda Ritzei and Modim Hodah and Sim Shalom. And then the middle section is different for weekdays and for holidays, but on the holidays, generally we leave out all the middle brachot and replace it with one bracha called Kedushas Hayom, where we discuss the definition of the day itself. Rosh Hashanah is unique amongst the holidays because there's three additional brachot, Malchiot, Zichronot, and Shofrot. And the Mishnah here discusses how we integrate those three brachos into the Shemona Esrei, and how the shofar blowing is integrated as well. So Mishnah Hay says, Seder brachos, this is the order of the brachos. Omer Avos, first is Avos, then Gevuros, that's normal, and then Kedushas Hayom, and then Kedushas Hashem, then Atah Kadosh, V'kolel Malchiot Imahem, and then the first of the three special brachot is integrated into Kedushas Hashem, into Hakel HaKadosh, Hamelach HaKadosh. Ve'ena Tokeya, you don't blow for that bracha. Kedushas Hayom V'Tokeya, then you do a separate bracha for Kedushas Hayom. Then Zichronot V'Tokeya, then we have the special bracha for Zichronot, and we blow shofar, and shofar V'Tokeya, and we then the shofar and has the tekiah. So the tekiyos go with Kedushas Hayom, Zichronos, and shofros, and Malchios is sort of downgraded to be integrated within the Kedushas Hashem. And then you conclude with V'yomer Avoda Hodah Berachas Kohanim, and then you conclude the Shemona Esrei as normally Avoda Hodah Berachas Kohanim, etc. Divrei Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri. This is the first view of the Mishnah of Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri. Amalei Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Akiva responds to him, Im eino tokei el malchios lama hu maskir. If you're not going to blow shofar for malchios, why do you even say it? You're not really giving it its own standing. Ela omer avos gvuros kedushas Hashem. Rather, Rabbi Akiva says that you say the first three as normal. V'kolel Malchiot im Kedushas Hayom. And then the first of the new brachot will be Malchiot combined with Kedushas Hayom. V'Tokeya, and then you blow shofar for that. Zichronot V'Tokeya, shofar V'Tokeya, and then shofrot, Zichronot and shofrot. V'Omer Avoda Hodah Berachas Kohanim. Then you can continue as normally with Avoda, Ritzei, Hodah, Modim, and Berachas Kohanim. And of course we follow Rabbi Akiva's order of the brachot.